Right. I've just lit up some candles and I'm gonna rant a bit right now. And I'm not very visible, and the reason that I saw doesn't work, so I will have to turn up the lights, sadly. Something like this, and you should be able to see me. Alright. You know what? I'll raise it a bit more. Yeah. Like this. Alright. So, is it even possible for me to set up the camera in my bed? I don't know, it might be. Like this. Hopefully YouTube doesn't censor this or anything like that. I need to readjust it. It has been 2 minutes and I haven't even got it in to the topic or the talk yet. Well, that's kind of interesting. Whatever, man. Alright, so what we are going to discuss is how the world is turning out, like everything with AI and all of that. Like, I'm just gonna let my thoughts speak, and yeah, and I would be very appreciative of any thoughts, comments, or whatever that you might possibly have as well, because this is something that I've been thinking about a lot recently, like a lot. And yeah, 3 minutes 18 seconds, we might as well just get right into it. AI, artificial intelligence. What is it for those who don't know? Well, if you've been living under a rock, AI or artificial intelligence is basically what's known to us as robots in computers. It's artificial intelligence, essentially, like coded. Yeah, it's code that speaks to us like a human would. And then there's AGI as well, which just makes everything 5 times worse. And like, first and foremost, ChatGPT, for example, or OpenAI, the founder of OpenAI, even he himself has publicly went out and said, like, how he is afraid of the future for AI and all of that, and that people need to be aware because there could be severe consequences with this technology. And with AI itself, like, it doesn't really pose any risk for humans like that. The one thing that concerns me with AI is that, like, the financial splits between people will become even more, like, noticeable. Like, right now, I don't know how it is in every single country in the world, but I can only talk for Sweden and some other countries that I know, and especially like the States. it's already quite a hefty, like, difference between the rich and the poor. And yeah, for one, that difference will become even bigger. And two, the amount of people that will go over to the poorer side will be even bigger as well. Because AI will replace so many jobs, and everything that you can imagine right now, almost everything, except physical work, and that's the funny part, will be replaced. And that's another thing with AI. Like, and that's why I said that the like splits will become even bigger. Because AI, it doesn't really pose a risk for low educated people, like grocery stores, like brick and mortar roofers and all of that. Yeah, I suppose grocery stores, self checkouts, but like AI has not come to the level that it can execute like physical work, or people haven't developed robots that can actually do the physical work. Because yeah, obviously you need to structure a robot that also has the brain. And yeah, then we're kind of going into the topic of AGI almost. So yeah, like educated people, like coders, everything that has to do with software, hardware, and everything related to technology, and all of that, and even more. That is what will be replaced. Like, you don't need school, you don't need teachers, you won't need anything with AI. Like, the only thing you need is some sort of basic understanding which you can build off. For example, you might not know everything about a topic. Let's say how to build a watch, because I have my clock or watch right here. Let me see, and it says it's 048, alright? 048. Or, yeah, so it's 48 past 12 in European time. Regardless, where were we? We were at, yeah, a clock, for example. If I don't have the knowledge of how to build a clock, I would start by asking AI simple prompts. And obviously you still need basic language knowledge, like how to phrase yourself in order to get the response you want. You can't be like... Speaking English, by the way, is not my primary language and not my best asset. Like, writing is another thing, because then I have my time to process my thoughts and all of that. But speaking, I don't know, man. Regardless, building a clock, you still need the prompts, you need the knowledge, basic language knowledge in order to write the prompts. But once you've gotten down the prompts, it's just building off of that. Like you say, how do I build a clock? You need this and that, you need electricity, you need a battery. Okay, how do I manufacture the battery? You need this material and this material, this material and this material. Alright, how do I find these materials? You go here and here, and talk to these people about this. Okay, how do I find the people? You do this, this, or this. Alright, which is the most efficient way? Probably this, but you can also do this. Based on different factors, you could also go by this. It depends on your situation and your preference. Alright, now that is solved. Now 10 or 15 other parts remain, and then all of a sudden you can build a fucking clock. Like, since in what fucking era were you able to build a fucking clock? None. But now you can. And a clock, that is just like the first thing that popped up in my head. So imagine that. Like, me personally, I would probably be able to build a fucking clock if I wanted to, with the help of AI. Like, I wouldn't need the education And AI is still in very, very early development. And that is what people don't understand. Like, and that's another thing. I forgot what the author is called. What is a Russian philosopher or something. And he said this: we create solutions to problems that occur. And note that this is not literally what he said, but something like this. We create solutions to problems that occur. But with every solution we create, there comes a bigger problem. And with the problem that is even bigger, it requires an even more advanced solution, essentially. And that spiral continues to go on. And now I'm gonna give you an example of that. I can actually give you multiple examples. My head just fucking got blown up with examples. But let's start with the first one I thought of. Like digital stuff, electricity, tech. For example, social media, a phone. Yeah, I'm gonna start with a phone. We got a phone right here. I got an iPhone right there. At first, it was like a bottom phone or whatever it's called, like a Nokia or some shit. And for some reason, we wanted to advance that even further. We weren't satisfied with calls, or it wasn't even a fucking Nokia. It was like one of these our grandmas had. Like one of these you had to like spin on a wheel and then like press each number and yeah, then you dial like straight through the wall. Like it started with that shit. Not even that, like wires, bottles and wires that you spoke through. And it has evolved to this. And yeah, what are the consequences? An abundance of fucking dopamine, social media, and all of this shit. People are so fucking obese nowadays. People are more unhealthy, both mentally and physically, more than ever in like history. Like more than fucking ever. Like it's insane. Just think of it. Like a simple like invention, I suppose you could say. A phone used to call your neighbors to ease the process of contacting people instead of sending letters, mails. You got a phone. Now all of a sudden we got a smartphone. We got so much information on this phone that it would be more than a fucking entire library of books. Imagine that you have all of that information in your phone. Different apps contain different information. The different apps obviously contain different information through different folders, and through the different folders are different information. You can keep on finding different folders and keep just finding more information in each folder of respective app, etc., etc. You get the point. Like, your mind never has time to process anything. And not that it just doesn't have time to process anything. Like, the amount of time people spend on their electronic devices, it alters their fucking reality. People are so out of touch to fucking reality. They are so blind to what is happening outside of like this digital thing. And what I mean by being out of touch by the digital thing, it's not that they're not aware of people around them, because obviously they are. But it's like this digital electronic shit, it has created a fucking like omnipresent reality. Like, the reality is not just inside the phone, but the things you see inside of your phone and through social media and all of that, like a lot of people take that into account, into their thoughts, both consciously and unconsciously, which gathers groups of people thinking the same way, etc., etc. And it kind of just builds up out of that. Let's just say, yeah, some people saw a certain topic of in a social media app of escaping the matrix or whatever, and this is not intrinsically a bad example, but let's just take it as an example for now. So people saw, yeah, escaping the matrix, blah blah blah, and then once they saw escaping the matrix, all of these people, they form a group, and after they form a group, they like spiral down to the rabbit hole, even further down to this matrix and whatever. And what people don't understand, or which people do understand or probably ignore, is that everything they see isn't true. You're probably aware of it, but you don't fully understand it. Like, I know for a fact, because I'm talking out of personal experience as well. I believe a lot of things I see on social media, but I'm quite skeptical to a lot as well. More skeptical than a lot of people, even if it's things that typically would be considered breaking the matrix, etc. I'm skeptical to both sides, both the government and the matrix breaking people, or like bro science stuff, if that makes sense. But people either blindly buy bro science or they blindly buy the government, what they say. And yeah, back to topic, creating like omnipresent fucking realities. So yeah, and then they start to believe what they see on social media in the real world, and I don't even know, man. It's just, I feel like I cannot even express my thoughts into words of what I'm imagining. And maybe that's a lack of language skill. And I'm really not good at drawing either, so I can't really illustrate what I mean. Else I would probably have went into some drawing software and like made an illustration. But I can't, so you're just gonna hear me rant. And fun fact, the video is far from over actually. 17 minutes and 45 seconds in. And we still have AGI to cover. Yeah. And oh my god, I didn't even finish what I started. So yeah. And the other examples of we create solutions to problems that occur, and each solution comes with a bigger problem which requires an even better solution which comes with an even bigger problem. So yeah, social media. Then let's take like just me being able to drink this water, for example. It's in a plastic bottle, it has a wrap around it, it has a plastic cork, it has been transported, like the water has been pumped up from some water source, it has been gathered into containers, it has been transported, etc. All of this just for me to drink. And now this might not sound like a super big deal, but let's take it at a scale. Like our comfort and convenience, of living. You can buy clothes online, they get shipped to you, you can buy things from China, etc., etc. All of these were created for the sake of convenience. Excuse me, man, shit. But now, I don't even know if you've thought of this, but like a few years ago, at least when I was younger, like everywhere it was talk about environment and all of that. But have you actually heard anything about the environment lately? No, you're just hearing about AI, this and that. And why is that? I'm not gonna say for sure. This is just a wild guess. But currently the world is far beyond saving. Like, we cannot save the world. Our world is beyond destroyed already. It's just a ticking time bomb. Like, it really is. And or not really even a ticking time bomb, the world is just slowly going to decay. And like, it's just facts. How are we going to save this world? We can't. We're so overpopulated and we're so over, like, we've created things. We're so intelligent. Humans are so fucking smart. We're the only species to have fucking created things, even things. And we've created things that are so beyond control. So yeah, obviously, how are you gonna save? We can't. So yeah, either we're all going to die in a century or 2 or 3 maybe, or like there will be a fucking mass elimination of the population. Haha, rhymes, bars, call me Eminem, way. Yeah, mass elimination of the population, escalation, detrimentation of the escalation. That's how it is, man. So yeah, what I mean by that is that we're going to get killed by higher ups in order to save the planet, essentially. And now I gotta charge my battery, man. So yeah, that might sound a bit scary to some, but I don't know. I just needed to let my thoughts out, I suppose you could say. And now you're gonna see my bed for a while. Oh shit, I'm about to fall, man. What the hell? Shit. Alright. This is not what I wanted, man. I just want some battery. Alright, this is good. This is good. Alright, great. Now we're gonna sit on the floor. Else I can't charge. But, however, I still... Man, this is not what I wanted. This is not what I asked for. I didn't come to this planet to do this, man. I didn't get born in this planet to sit on my fucking mat. To sit on my mattress at 1 a.m. in my comfort, charging my camera. That cost a lot of money. That would be a whole year's salary for some people. Oh no, I have it so bad, man. Shit. Yeah, man, I don't know. So back to topic, back to AGI. Maybe I need to sit like this. Actually, yeah, why not? Let's sit like this. Alright, AGI. What is AGI? AGI is what we just discussed, but instead of artificial intelligence, it is a G in it. And you know what that means? G, it has been a very used word lately. Since Andrew Tate became popular, G, you probably all know what it means. Top G. So yeah, that's basically what it is. AGI. It's the G of AIs. And what does that mean? By the way, it doesn't actually mean that. It means artificial in general intelligence. And it's basically AI that is general. It has its own thoughts, its own feelings, its own behavior. It controls itself. And another thing that people don't even really want to discuss, which is just fucked up, man. And where the fuck am I going to put this camera? So yeah, another thing that have been like in development, it's actually been in development. I saw a Microsoft like blog post, and this is another thing. There's so much information on the internet, and if you want to find it, it's out there for everyone. And yeah, I read a Microsoft blog post, and don't take my word for it, because I might be like have schizophrenia or something, or have like dementia and make up something right now. I don't know. But if I'm not completely wrong, I read about AGI being in development. And obviously this is something that needs to be regulated quite heavily, because we don't want to like terminate our species yet, I suppose. Or at least I'd like to prefer living a few more years. Maybe have kids, have a beautiful wife without have a kid, or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, and a wife. So yeah, AGI doesn't look bright. But yeah, it's in development, if that makes you feel any better. But probably it will be regulated. But yeah, if you want to get successful, trust me, now is the time, because it will only get harder and harder. Or not successful. It will be easier to get successful. And that's precisely why it will become hard to get rich later on, because everyone can be successful. And yeah, so if you want to make money, now's the time to accumulate money. And that is why I'm sleeping bad at nights. And that is why I'm taking ashwagandha again. So I can be less stressed about not making money. Either way, I'm working on it. I'm actually working a lot on it. And hopefully, I'll be able to make some money soon. I have 2 different things in work in progress. And one of them will actually be, or might actually be, shared on here. One of them probably won't. And one of them might. Guess we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I guess that was it. Probably. I might have forgotten something. But yeah, I'm sitting quite uncomfortable on my kneecaps right now. And I'm arching my back like I would fucking, I don't know. No, HOMO. I don't know if censored to say what I said. So yeah, I'd say no, HOMO. Anyways, see ya, man. If you watched all of this, by the way, like 28 minutes of me just speaking, let me tell you something. You have my most, deepest, utmost, utterly respected appreciation. That is what you do. You got my appreciation. So yeah, I guess that was it, honestly. So yeah, thanks for participating in my thoughts. If anything happens to me, I will never kill myself. If I'm onto something, I've probably been poisoned. And the reason to that is, I don't believe we exist because of a specific reason. I don't believe we exist to be happy. I just believe we exist to exist and spark a flame into existence of whatever there is to exist in. If that makes sense. Fucking hell. So yeah. For example, imagine before 300, 500, 800 years ago, what was there? I don't know. But people lived anyways. Even if the trees were still, or if the leaves were swinging because the wind was blowing. They lived on anyways, even if they didn't have a phone. Even if they didn't find a funny meme. They continued to live on. And do whatever they did. For whatever flame there was for them to light or keep lit. So yeah, you just gotta do the best with what you have and yeah, keep on living. We're gonna make this out together. Alright, but for real this time. Thanks for watching, I appreciate it. Peace out.